Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Weir Brothers podcast. We're coming at you on July 10th, 2022. Brodius Maximus, what's up?
Brodius Maximus. Really? You didn't tell me we were going all Roman et tu brote?
I don't, what was that? Roman Brote?
Et tu brote? There's a line et tu brute. I changed it to brote. Oh my goodness.
What does that mean?
And I think it's and you brote.
Oh, well, and you too.
And us.
What'd you just call me?
All right, we're here. We're rocking and rolling.
What a setup to get to this point today. Let me tell you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:23. We got online together at just after 6:00. And we're just now recording an hour and 20 minutes later because we were running into some technical difficulties.
More so, we're trying to get the setup right now that we're doing video. Now that we trying to figure out the whole best way to record separately together. You know, it's just sort of
half of it was technical difficulties, and part of it was user error.
That was having very technical difficulties.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're here. We're ready to rock and roll. Ken, how was your weekend?
My weekend was awesome. I spent the weekend with my mother-in-law and her boyfriend, and of course my wife and our nieces at a small little camp on the Merrimack River. So on the video, as you can see, Ken is very burnt, even with using sunscreen. But we spent time out on the boat, went to a sandbar. Our dog Nevaeh was able to go and run her heart out, swim. We just had a blast, had a fantastic time. Saw actually a giant giant golden eagle.
Oh, wow.
Fly above us, huge. But yeah, it was a blast. Weather was beautiful this weekend. Perfect. So it was a very, very fun, very relaxing weekend.
That is so good to hear.
How was yours?
Today was good. Yesterday started out very frustrating. So, Ken, you've obviously heard of and tried the drink Moxie.
Unfortunately. Yep.
Yeah, I know. That's how most people say. Moxie, owned by Coca-Cola, for those of you who don't know, was invented here in Lisbon, Maine, many years ago. Every year they have a giant Moxie festival, which normally cool, whatever. My issue was usually on Saturdays, I go to the dump. I know it's exciting. I loaded the truck up. I actually hadn't been in a few weeks, so I was anxious to bring a bunch of recycling and cardboard and whatnot. I load the truck up. I drive all the way into town. Giant sign there. It says transfer station closed until 12 due to Moxie Festival.
Oh.
I had to turn around, go all the way back home, unload the whole truck, then run a bunch of errands, come back home, load the truck back up a second time, then go back to the dump.
Why did you have to unload the truck?
Well, because I was had to go to the grocery store. I mean, the whole thing was really filled with garbage and I put all the recycling and the cardboard and stuff inside the truck so it doesn't blow out of the truck. I had the garbage in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
But the recycling and cardboard I had inside.
Gotcha.
So then I had to go all the way back to the dump. Yeah, but
we'll see what you could have done if you would have thought about it. Since you're going to the grocery store anyway, you could have taken your recycling, brought it inside the grocery store because you're getting new stuff. You're recycling by replacing the old. I think they would have allowed you to do that. You know,
what was I thinking?
I don't know, but
at least the rest of the day was fairly relaxing. I had Braden for the weekend, and he had a busy day Friday. He was at the beach, and so we just kind of relaxed and chilled. I played on my Switch. I downloaded Live a Live. I don't think I told you that.
No, you didn't. You downloaded
the
demo?
The demo for it. Yeah. So I played through the first chapter of one of the characters. So there's, I think, 7 characters you start with. 3 of them are playable in the demo. And each of them, you get one, kind of their opening level. I only played through one of them through the first level, but it was pretty cool. It took a little bit to figure out. It is an RPG, but it's also strategy based a little bit. Kind of Shining Force, which I know you haven't played Shining Force, but basically it's a little bit more tactical RPG. So they're squares and you have to move, and depending on where you're moving determines how many enemies you can attack and stuff.
Okay.
The other thing's interesting is So you have a health bar going into each battle, and normally most RPGs, like obviously you have to like heal yourself in between battles. This gives you like full health after each battle as you like go into the next one.
So that's actually a feature of I know Chrono Cross has, which I really like
Yes, you're correct.
because I like that because they can make every battle difficult,
Yeah,
and so you have to, no matter what after the battle you're going to be full health, so you can use your full kind of tactics with each battle, which I like that. That's pretty cool.
yeah, it's different. Like it's challenging. It's differently challenging, but it's challenging in its own right. So anyway, so all I do is play through the first level. I'm gonna save the rest until the game comes out, but I wanted to like at least jump into it and see what I thought. So I liked it quite a bit.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
liked it enough where you will buy it.
Yeah, definitely. So
Cool. Wow.
and I rotated between that and obviously, I'm a huge fan of Duke Nukem 3D, and I
Yeah.
recently found out there was a Duke Nukem 3D version for the Switch, and not only that, it had the original 3 episodes plus a 4th one that was from another add-on later on, and then an all new episode with like 9 or 10 levels from some of the original game designers for it. So I started playing that. I'm on level 2. And it's pretty sweet. I like it quite a bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does it any like upgraded or updated graphics for it, or
No,
just
not really, which is what I kind of like about it. It's literally
Sure.
looks just like the 3D version from the PC in the like late 90s.
nice?
Yeah. So
Well, that must feel like a kind of blast from the past.
yeah. How are you liking Monster Hunter Rise?
Thank you for asking. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
All right,
it
cool.
is-
So moving on. What do we got? Just kidding. Just kidding.
Of course, having a blast. Monster Hunter, one of my favorite game franchises of all time.
Yeah.
This new expansion is great. Obviously, for the Switch and for the PC. I'm hoping that it looks beautiful. It looks great on the Switch, but obviously, if you have a nice PC that can run it, it looks even more beautiful on the PC. But I already have so many hours invested into the initial launch of Monster Hunter Rise that there was no way I was going to switch over to PC and start because there's no cross save. So I was going to start my game file all over again. And I love the portability of the Switch. So sticking with the Switch version, loving it. It's a great addition. So Taylor, you're not familiar with this because you've never played a Monster Hunter game. And with how Monster Hunter works, in the old games, you have low rank. And you have like a series of quests. So you start with 1-star quests, 2-star quests, 3-star quests, and those count as low rank. And then you jump up to high rank, which is 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, and 7-star.
Wow.
Yep. And then usually for like Monster Hunter games, just the base Monster Hunter game that would come out, you would just have low rank and high rank. And then they would do an expansion game then you'd get what was called G rank. And G rank had 8, 9, and 10. So with Monster Hunter World, they, instead of doing G rank, they just called it a master rank. So now with this expansion, you have now master rank. You had your low rank, high rank, which was the base Rise, Monster Hunter Rise. Now Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, they introduced master rank. So the monsters are harder, they hit harder, more health. They have additional move sets. So they're not just like the same monsters, that you're fighting. They have different moves, different mechanics and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot harder, but new weapons,
Wow.
new features, but combat's great. I actually started using a new weapon, started using the Lance, which in a Monster Hunter game, I've never used Lance before, but I've been loving it. So it's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Is that rated G for everyone? From last week's episode.
No, everyone. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, I guess if you didn't pick up on it, none of our millions of listeners are going to pick up on that one either.
Now, I've been in the sun all weekend. I'm sure the millions of listeners knew exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, speaking of being in the sun, I got a little burnt yesterday. Did an oil change on my motorcycle.
Oh, you finally did that.
I finally did it. So I did one when I got the bike. Well, 2 years ago. I hadn't put a whole lot of miles on it. Cost me, it's a Yamaha Raider. It's a big engine. It's almost 1900 cc's. Cost me $150 to do an oil change on this when I had one done at the dealership. I'm like, I bought the oil, bought the filter. I'm like, I can do this.
Sure.
There are 3 oil drain plugs in the bottom of this oil pan, which was a pain in the butt. I got them all out, made a mess in the driveway, but it's a dirt driveway, so I was able to clean everything up. No big deal. I go to fill it. It takes 5.2 quarts of oil. I was like, all right, I'm going to pour in 5, and then I'll fire up, see where it's at, measure it out, and add a little bit more. Well, I forgot when I replaced the filter, the oil filter, it doesn't fill with oil until you start the bike up. So I wasn't paying attention. I put 4 quarts in it. I go to dump in the 5th quart, and I'm pouring. Thing just backfilled and ran all down the middle of the bike, oil everywhere.
No.
There's some very choice words that came flying out of my mouth.
Oh, I'm sure.
I was so pissed. So pissed, say the least. So I like
son of a granny
Smith
mother
Apple.
fronting
Oil change. Oh, so anyways, I get it all cleaned up. It drains down enough where I can put the cap on, fire the bike up. Next thing you know, it drops oil level and it cycles through the oil filter.
Yeah.
Put in what I need. It took me 3.5 hours to do an damn oil change on this.
But it saved you.
Oh, yeah, it saved me nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, next year they can have my $150. Gladly, I will gladly pay them $150 next year to do an oil change on my bike. Anyways,
but
but
you gotta. I imagine you have to admit that inside you feel accomplished.
like a moron. Yep, I do.
There you go. So it was worth it.
It was totally worth it.
Absolutely.
And I got sunburnt in the middle of the oh yeah, it was great.
Oh, I know how much you love being out in the sun.
I know. And so I have a jack for the bike, and that was part of the frustrating part is where they have the drain plugs positioned. You jack it up, then I put cinder blocks under it, move the jack out of the way. I can get to one drain it, put the thing back in, jack it back up, reposition the cinder blocks, take the jack out, get to the second one, do same. I mean, it was just like, holy crap. Yeah. It's lovely.
Sounds it.
Lovely. Anyways, okay. I know that's what you guys came here for. So
well, hey, I will say I'm proud of you because you've only been talking about needing to do it for like a month and a half now. So I'm really proud of you for doing that.
Every time I'd like take the bike out, I'm like, oh, I hope the engine's not going to blow because it needs an oil change. I mean, I was
like, please help me. Help. Drain my oil.
And then afterwards, it was like, don't ever do that again. Anyways, yeah. It was like, you should go to a professional chiropractor, and you go to Billy Bob Chiropractic down the street, and he just screws you all up.
Hey, he's a professional.
He's a professional. I got a certificate. He's a certified chiropractor.
Semi-professional.
He's right up there with a certified leaker.
Hey, that one I do get. He is a certified leaker, okay?
Yeah. All right, moving on. Ken, we got some good stuff to cover today.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. I like this one.
This is going to be a good one. Yes. For those who are eagerly awaiting our deep dive today, there are plenty of games that Ken and I discuss. And over the years, we've always been like, oh, this is a great game I've never played. So we each came up with a list of 5 games that we wish we had played and we haven't played. So
yeah, now just to be clear, you chose games that you've never have
played.
touched at all.
Yep,
haven't
never.
played. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
I will say, so there's a couple on my list that are not like an individual game, but like a franchise.
I'm with you.
Okay, cool.
I'm with you.
We hadn't discussed this ahead of time. Neither one of
Nope.
us knows what the other's list is.
So. I there's one game. There's one game on. See, it's fun. We can do stuff like that now because people can watch the video.
Yeah, the millions.
Anyway, there's one game on there on the list that I expect to be on both of ours.
Oh.
Other than that, I don't think that.
There's one on my list that you are big into, and you've been asking me to play for a long time.
But it's not Monster Hunter, is it?
We shall see. We'll start with the news first. Ken, you know what's exciting?
Tell me.
Xbox has outsold the PS5 in Japan.
That's
crazy.
That is kind of exciting.
That's insane. I mean, when you put it in perspective, you have an American-made console that's outselling the home console. That I never thought I would see the day. A lot of it has to do with availability and stuff, but still the fact that Xbox X and S is outselling the PS5 in Japan.
Yeah, I mean that's huge. Especially coming off of the previous console generation, where the PS4 crushed the Xbox One, absolutely demolished it.
Yeah,
but like you said, with having a difficult time to get your hands on the new consoles, especially the PS5, and I honestly chalk it up to Xbox's Game Pass. As far as your value, bang for your buck, the Game Pass, I think, takes the cake.
Yeah, we had talked about this a few weeks back when there were the PlayStation state of, I think it was part of the state of, it was before the state of play. Just talking about their new PlayStation Plus pass. I mean, in terms of bang for your buck, you're right. That Xbox Live Pass is unbelievable value. It's huge.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, aren't you so glad you got a PS5?
I am.
Anyways, some Sega news. Now, so saying that Sega may adapt some Atlas games into live action TV and movies. They're part of the creators of Persona. I've never played any of the Persona games. You said you played through Persona 4. Is that correct?
I wouldn't necessarily say played through.
Okay, you played it.
I played Persona 4 and 5.
Oh, okay.
They, if done right, live action TV.
Yeah.
If done right, I think they could do very well. I mean, Persona games, they are very, very heavily story driven. So, and like their characters are pretty all memorable. They're all written very well. So it's no characters really bland sort of deal. So I think I could see the Persona series, if that is the series they're going with. Hey, there's a reason why Persona 5 just came out. They do well.
I'm all for any video game adaptations, more or less, because even if it's from like a lesser known brand, I look at companies like Nintendo and they have some great franchises that could do awesome as TV and movies. I feel like when they see other companies do well, they're like, oh, maybe we should have a go at this. That's just my only perspective as to why I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, if Nintendo would ever think of kind of letting the rope out a little bit and actually letting other things use their properties. But
I mean, they did great with Super Mario Brothers. I mean, look at that, turned into a amazing big budget movie.
What a hit that one was.
Yeah, it was a hit.
Well, with a new Mario movie coming out, we'll see.
We shall see. Yeah,
we'll see if they can,
right the wrong.
I mean, I don't think it will be as good as the old one, but maybe it will be better. I don't know.
Well, it'll be interesting because it's all animated versus the live action. But speaking of Nintendo, did you know about this? They are launching a Switch repair service in Japan.
Nope. Had no idea.
So yeah, basically in conversion rates is going to cost roughly $18 a year, which I think is pretty cheap. And it'll cover like Joy-Con controllers, TV docks, AC adapters, and then the Switch hardware itself. So it says you can get up to 6 repairs a year, which includes 2 hardware repairs of up to $739. So, obviously I don't know if you have like low battery life or something like that. I'm sure that would be included as part of it, or Joy-Con drift that everybody's been complaining about. Yeah. I keep meaning to ask you, have you had any issues with Joy-Con drift on yours?
Never. So again, my Switch,
neither.
I bought day one and I have never had a single issue with the Joy-Con drift. See,
and speaking of Joy-Cons, somebody just upgraded theirs 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I followed suit.
Week?
2 weeks ago.
Was it? No, last weekend.
Last weekend.
Yeah.
Week ago Friday.
Sure.
Last weekend. Yeah. I upgraded my Joy-Cons, followed suit with what you did, and got the Haori Joy-Con Pros. Dude,
those are awesome. I use my Switch almost exclusively as in the tablet mode or handheld mode, I guess you'd say. And I absolutely love those.
One could say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. They are very comfortable, very good. I play mine docked a lot, but I also when we travel, when I travel to Maine, when
Mhm.
Em and I travel to Maine or going anywhere, or even just in my, in my bed or something. Yeah. Having the Joypad Pros are really nice. But real quick. So what
Sorry,
else?
yeah.
My,
Gonna say-
my thought was if this repair service does ever come to the United States.
Yeah, because right now they're saying they have no plans to roll it out outside of Japan, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. So you mentioned low battery life, Joy-Con drift. I'm thinking, playing a game, you might die.
I know where this is going.
The Joy-Con somehow ends up in a million pieces, shattered
See
against
the
the
sign behind me?
wall.
Rage
Yeah,
quit.
yeah, exactly. Does it cover that? You send them the Joy-Con, they're like, why does it look like a dumpster fell on top of it?
You're like,
And then
because it
went through
did.
a fire.
You're like, meat dumpster.
Just replace it.
Yeah, ask no questions.
So if they can do that, well, hey, but for $18 a year,
That's not bad.
that's a pretty good warranty system.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I thought so as well. Anyway, so we got some Ubisoft news here. They are set to
Ubi.
stop multiplayer and online support for 15 games as of September 1st of this year, such as several Assassin's Creed titles, Far Cry 3, Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, Rayman Legends, and others. Basically, they're saying that there's a new stream rolling out here soon of some more games coming out for online support, so they're deactivating older stuff to focus on new stuff, which makes sense.
Yeah, I can only imagine how small take the online community of all those games combined. You're probably not looking at a very large
Percentage.
base of people. So unfortunately for those people who do still play those games online, sorry, but got to move on. So
sorry, not sorry.
I don't blame Ubisoft one bit for doing that.
Plus, you got to store all this stuff as well. So I just can't imagine like the terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of data
Sure.
that they have to support while then rolling out new stuff as well.
Right.
So yeah.
Yep. Completely understandable, especially since I don't play any of those games, so it doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah. Go ahead, do it right now. I don't care.
Yeah, a bunch of our listeners, probably 1,000 or so of our listeners are just like, "Hey, we play all those games."
Like,
and for you
dare
guys,
you?
I'm sorry, but
Hey,
you gotta move on.
If this bothers you, shoot us an email.
Yeah, let us know.
The Weird Brothers Podcast at gmail.com.
So we can finally start our community email section, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. Yep. Well, almost whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
At this point, whatever. Just send
Whatever.
us
Yeah. Go for it. We'll see.
Yeah, I know, right? Speaking of Ubisoft, they have a forward coming September 10th, and they're going to showcase a bunch of upcoming games. Oh, isn't that weird that it's right after the stopping services of all these other multiplayer games?
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyways.
You know what they say? Only a fool trips on what's behind them. So they're Ubisoft moving forward.
I don't think I've ever heard that, but that makes a lot of sense. I've met a lot of fools. Anyways, Mass Effect news for you.
Oh,
The story of the upcoming Mass Effect 5, by the way, is going to be written by the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Deus Ex writer, Mary DeMarley. Yeah, she'll be the senior narrative director.
that sounds right. Sure.
I'm like, sure. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is pretty sweet.
Hey, Mary, if we pronounced it wrong, send us an email and let us know.
Her like great grandson's like, how dare you? I don't know. I had a great grandson or son. I don't know. I have no idea. How
She's pretty old working on this stuff, man. That's pretty good.
I have no idea why I said it was your great grandson.
Hey, tell you what though, Mass Effect, this has given me a little honorable mention for something.
Have you never played Mass Effect?
I've never played one of them.
Okay, fair enough. Moving on. Ken, are you ready for the console wars to heat up?
Wait. I'm sorry to screw this up. I just want to touch back real quick. Mass Effect 5 story written by Guardians of the Galaxy. Writer. What do you think? What do you think?
Oh. Yay, go her.
Woo!
I mean, you're getting like a major Hollywood writer. I mean, Mass Effect with the first trilogy, obviously was known for having a great story. Like, and the texting, even though nobody picked Renegade, that had some great, there was some great dialogue in it and like story. So I think having somebody who obviously has the experience of a major blockbuster Hollywood movie coming in to do that, I think it's going to bode well.
I mean, and if, obviously the original Mass Effect had good humor in it as well. Obviously Guardians of the Galaxy
It's pretty funny.
Has great humor. So I don't know if necessarily will be like, obviously I don't expect it to be as funny as, oh, well, now I'm wondering, did you know that there was a Guardian of the Galaxy video game that came out, right?
Sure. Did she write that or the movie?
Is it when it says Guardians of the Galaxy writer? I wonder if it's talking about the movie or if it's talking about the game.
I assume it's the game now.
Now I'm not so sure how excited I am.
Oh my goodness. Mary, you're going to do a great job.
Right. Mary, full faith in you. So yeah, moving on. What was the next thing you're talking about?
Are you ready for the console wars to heat back up?
Yes.
There is a new old player coming to town. Have you heard of the Intellivision?
Yeah.
That's from like the 80s.
Yeah.
The Intellivision Amico. It was a new console. It was announced back in 2018. It is the successor to the Intellivision console from the 80s.
Oh, it's just now the successor.
Right? Well, I mean,
it's great grandson.
They had this console that came out from a small company named Nintendo that kind of blew everybody out of the water for a while. Anyways, they competed with Atari and that jazz, but they faced a bunch of delays. The original CEO stepped down earlier this year, and our new CEO, Phil Adam, oh, thank God that was an easy name to pronounce. Phil Adam promised the console is still in the works. I saw a mock-up design of it so the old one had like an old controller, like it literally looked like a remote control that had a big face dial on the front of it.
That's terrible.
The new one kind of looks the same, but different.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways. Should be exciting.
I just want to clarify. His name's actually pronounced Phil Adam, not Phil Adam. Just kidding. So have they showcased any games for this? Or?
No, of course not. They haven't even finished building the console yet.
They're like, it's coming. Don't just be patient.
Speaking of consoles, some Switch news. Everybody's been all excited for the next Switch, and it's coming soon.
Yes. Switch Pro, right?
Splatoon 3 edition. Switch OLED.
Get out of here.
OMG. That's right. It's going to have a unique dock and Joy-Con controllers. Releases August 26th for $359.99, $10 more than a regular Switch OLED.
Worth it? I think not.
Dude, there was all this hype a week ago about this new console everybody was flipping out about. Glad I wasn't
the
fooled.
Switch Pro.
Yeah, no. I have no idea if this is what everybody's been freaking out about, but it's something. You know what I am excited about, though?
What?
Legos.
Ooh.
There's a new Bowser Lego set coming.
Get out of town.
2,807 pieces.
No way.
With movable parts.
Get out.
Okay. It's $270. It's designed to work with interactive Mario, Luigi, and Peach set.
Cool.
October 1st.
So if it's a Bowser Lego set, I'm going to take a while. I guess it's Bowser's castle?
No, it's Bowser himself. It's huge. It's like this big. I think somewhere like that. Looks like it in the picture. It looks really cool. I would get one, but I'm not going to spend $270 on one.
What would? Come on now. I mean, just a Bowser.
It's got movable parts.
Yeah, but wouldn't you rather have a Bowser's castle?
Well, no. I mean, I could have him right here over my shoulder on that shelf.
Right.
I'm not spending $270. Although I am a big fan of Legos. My son Braden is a big Lego fan, and for like probably 2 years, we bought him some huge sets. And you bought him some sets.
I did.
And my favorite part was always putting them together.
Yeah. What was I'm trying to think, how big was the set that Em and I got him that you put together? And I was like, let's get him a big Lego set because I know.
Was it the Harry Potter one?
Well, no, we got him.
Well, it was a couple of Marvel ones, right?
Yeah, we got him a big like the Avengers like tower or something, or was there a motorcycle too?
I think it was a Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a couple of big ones. The big we got him. That's what we got him. The Harry Potter one. We got him these 2 packs that was like Harry Potter's castle and some other castle, and they joined together. Dude,
Bowser's Castle, but no.
it was right before Christmas, and I spent 3 nights putting the sucker together. And
Merry Christmas.
yeah, it was. I was up until like 2 a.m, like Christmas Eve, putting this thing together. Spoiler alert: it was a gift from Santa, and I put all this hard effort into it. Braden opens it. He's all excited. It's all assembled. He's like, "Look what Santa got me!" And I'm like, "You little looker." Yes, he did.
He built this for you.
I know.
Slaved away for 3 days.
He spent so much time putting that together. Anyways, yeah, Bowser set. It looks pretty cool. Some potential interesting news from Nintendo as well. They have filed a patent for tech that converts low-res images to higher-res images using machine learning.
Whoa. AI, watch out.
I have no idea what I just explained to you, but it's coming. Apparently, NVIDIA and AMD have like a similar tech, but this is some new patent from Nintendo. So I don't know if it's going to be for like Switch Online games that, from the NES days that are going to get upgraded, or Super NES, or what it might be. But it's always interesting to see new tech patents from gaming companies, I suppose.
So I watched a little video on this earlier this past week, and apparently it's the same technology that's used in NVIDIA's handheld device that they came out with. I want to say it's called the Razer, but I could be wrong. But anyway, so they are able to take games that would normally be running, say at like 30 to like 40 like frames per second, and actually like boost them up to a 60 frames, like a higher frame rate, using less using like the same kind of level of hardware. So yeah, which for the Switch, obviously if a brand new Switch comes out, Switch Pro, that utilizes that, take a game like Monster Hunter that's running at 30 frames per second on the Switch, maybe if it can now upgrade and run it at 60 frames, that would make somebody like myself very happy.
Whatever. No, it'd be cool to see what they can do with it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, in our news segment, speaking of Switch and Switch Online, Pokemon Puzzle League.
Oh, my favorite.
Coming to Switch Online July 15th.
I've never actually played this game before.
Yeah, me neither.
It's not on my list either. Just to be clarified, on my deep dive, it's not. The Pokemon Puzzle League ain't on my list. It is. It's not.
Spoiler. Okay. Anyway, so that covers our news of the week.
All right. And so we're starting with new games of the week. We start with Cutie Tutti Frutti.
And so real quick, when I put this list together for this week, I have no idea what Cutie Tutti Frutti is, but I saw the name and I'm like, that has to be on our list.
All right. So Cutie Tutti Frutti, 3 in a row matching game. You're a cook that needs to collect certain ingredients.
That's right. I mean, it's basically like a matching game from what I saw.
I'm not going to lie. I like the name.
I was going to say the name, it should be on everybody's wish list.
Cutie Tutti Frutti.
List. I think it comes out later this week.
Cool.
Hence, new games of the week.
Thank you for clarifying. Next, we have Time on Frog Island. Man, that sounds like a nightmare for me.
Have you seen anything about this?
No.
I hadn't either until I saw new games of the week. It looks pretty good. It looks very colorful, very bright and vibrant. Yeah.
Well, let's dive into what it says here, shall we? It says shipwreck on an island full of frogs, no kidding, and other animals. You must explore and make trades to gather materials to fix your ship, solve puzzles, and find hidden treasures. Who are you trading with? You trading with frogs?
So like they said it so you're finding an item, you trade up, keep trading up until you get bigger things to get to it. There's some they're all other animals that are on the island. That's what you're trading with. That's
pretty cool.
It does look kind of cool.
It's the game we've talked about a little bit is Survival Kids. It sounds like a little bit of an inspiration on survival kids.
Yeah. I almost put in the description. I was trying to use the word whimsical because it's your favorite word on our podcast.
That is.
What are you looking up now?
No.
Survival kids.
I'm just now realizing that I can no longer hear myself through my headset.
Oh,
but you can hear me, so that's
I
fine.
can. Do you check your speaker settings?
Mm-hmm.
Technical difficulties.
That's
Are you
weird.
using our wonderful Blue Yeti microphones?
Yeah.
Is it plugged in? Oh, this is gonna be great on our YouTube channel.
Anywho, okay.
Anyhow, I can hear you. You sound amazing.
Perfect. Well, that's what we're going with.
Are you plugged in?
I mean, if you can hear me, yeah. I mean, it says I'm. Anyway, sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Rune Factory 5.
Rune Factory 5. Play as a ranger for the peacekeeping organization known as Seed. Action RPG can use monsters as farmhands as well as a build romance.
As well as build romance.
Yes. Yeah. Have you played any of the Rune Factory games?
Nope.
So there's 5 of them. Everyone's coming out.
Is this number 4? I'm just kidding. They're like, well, what was it?
Ghost Simulator?
No, Gaming Historian. He was talking about
Oh.
Mega Man on the PC for
Right,
DOS.
that's nothing to do with Ghost Simulator.
Well, I was going to joke ahead. Mega Man, and then I went to Mega Man 3. There was no Mega Man 2
On the DOS.
on the DOS.
Yeah. Just like Ghost Simulator.
Just like
Ghost Simulator?
Goat Simulator 3. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah. The whole time you're like, why do you keep bringing up Ghost Simulator?
I think he said Ghost Simulator. I'm like, I have no idea what this game is he's speaking of, so I will just ignore it.
You're like, was this in the new games of the week?
Goat Simulator. Yes.
Goat Simulator.
Anyways,
So
Rune Factory 5.
Rune Factory 5.
You still trying to figure out why you
not-
can't hear yourself?
I can hear myself now.
Oh, do you have a volume on your headset?
Yes, I do.
Beautiful. I'm
Rune
glad-
Factory 5.
I'm glad we're on YouTube now because people can see this.
Yeah, there's just a little.
For those of you listening on the podcast, there's a little dial that Ken just noticed on the side of his headset.
I mean, it's not like I just noticed anything. Like I know I've had it. Then it just clicked like, oh, maybe I should. Yep, there we go. Yeah, okay.
Good.
Eyes in the dark fight using light. Wait. Oh no, I see. Eyes in the dark is the name. Fight using light. It's a roguelite platformer. Game is black and white, using a flashlight to defeat darkness.
Yeah, it literally. Do you remember when you were in like grade school? They had in art class. They would have like an all black sheet, and you literally would scrape away parts of it, and there'd be white underneath it. I think,
Yes,
unless it was the other way around. I'm pretty sure it was black, and you scrape white.
Yeah, but I feel like they used to be on TV commercials for paper like that, but it was like rainbow under, like it was like
So similar
Technicolor underneath.
So
but
the
I know
art-
I know exactly what you're talking about.
the art style of this game pretty much looks like that. Like it's like a dark black and like a bright white kind of cartoon cell shading style.
That's cool.
Similar to Blanc.
Blanc.
Yep. But you're literally this like a platformer running around with a flashlight, and as you like flash your light at things, you're like, woo! Mardi Gras, woo!
You get a bunch of beads.
Hey.
I don't think that's how it works.
I think that's exactly how it works, actually.
At Mardi Gras,
At Mardi Gras, not in the video game.
not McDonald's.
McDonald's.
I don't know. Let's go. Was it XEL?
I think it's supposed to be Excel,
Excel.
but they spell it all weird.
They spell it XEL, all capitals.
Yep.
EXEL's Excel is a
Jeez.
3D sci-fi adventure game similar to Zelda Formula. Collect gadgets as you explore dungeons and solve puzzles.
Yeah. Another very cartoony art style. It looks kind of interesting.
So it seems like this week we have kind of a bunch of indie games. Rune Factory 5, I wouldn't necessarily say is an indie game,
Yeah, but
and go on.
I was gonna say, yeah, you are absolutely correct. I did not see any big titles coming out this week.
So moving forward, I think we will probably dive a little bit deeper when we have like big, well-known titles coming out for games of the week.
Yeah,
and we'll just try to
highlight the indie ones
coming out. So
coming at ya.
Watch out!
Make it in 3D.
Whoa! Say,
Ken, what do we got this week in history?
This week we have back in 1989. Taylor, do you remember 1989?
It's the golden years.
I mean, 1989 was just 1 year. So
it was the late 80s was a golden years.
Well, so if we're talking about the late 80s, then those are multiple years.
89 and specifically? No, do not. Although I was surprised. I was like, I'm like, Super Mario Bros. 3 didn't come out in 89. Then I realized I forgot it was on the Play Choice 10 arcade system.
That's right. Wait, so what year did Mario Bros. 3 come out?
I think it was the following year, like on console.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is when it debuted. You could play it, you know at FunSpot, they have the Play Choice 10.
Yep.
They actually had, you could play Super Mario Bros. 3 on that before it came to console.
Really?
Yes.
Fun fact. See, even in This Week in History, you're going to gain some gaming knowledge coming at you from the Weir Brothers podcast.
In 1989.
Isn't there a song called 1989? Nope.
So, good thing they'd sue us for using it on our podcast. They're like, you cannot steal our song.
So that came out 33 years ago.
So, sorry, Bob.
Look at that. Mario Bros. 3, 33 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conspiracy.
Jeez.
And then in 2003, wow, this is getting crazy. We had Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It came out for the Xbox 19 years ago. Yeah, have they fixed that for the Switch yet? Can you beat that on the Switch?
Who knows? They've only been working on it for 19 years.
That's fair.
I know. Next year we'll get it.
Maybe. Let's maybe. We have Tales of Symphonia, which is a very good Tales game that I have played.
Have you beaten it, Ken?
Emphasis on played. To be fair, I never owned this game. I only rented it, so I had a very limited amount of time. So that's my excuse. This came out in 2004 for the GameCube 18 years ago.
When I wrote this game down, I was like, 2004. This just shows you how old I am. I go, that wasn't very long ago. That was only 8 years ago. And I looked and went, carry the one. Oh, shit. That was 18 years ago.
18 years ago.
Damn, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time gone.
Well, 3 great games.
Yes.
One of which I have never played. But
Super Mario Brothers 3. You should check it out, Ken. It's a good game. It's been out for a little bit.
I never heard of it, honestly.
It was on The Wizard.
The Wizard.
What a great movie.
Great movie.
How did that not win an Oscar?
I don't know.
Greatest video game commercial of all time.
Okay, to be fair, let me ask you a question. Yeah. When was the last time that you actually have sat down and watched The Wizard?
Let's see. I don't know. If it came out in
Carry the One.
It came out in 89. I probably watched it in 89. No, I mean it's been close to 30 years probably.
How about this?
The early 90s.
How about this? Next time
we're together.
We should watch The Wizard.
We should. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. And
perfect.
We'll do a review on our podcast.
Why not?
And then
why not? And then
we should watch Super Mario Brothers.
That would be good too.
Awesome.
That would be good too.
Write it down. Hey, can somebody send us an email at the Weir Brothers podcast to remind us?
Please, for the love of God, somebody send us an email.
I think you got one from some guy this one time at Bandcamp.
That was you.
Okay.
I never went to Bandcamp.
Anyway, all right. Moving on to our deep dive of the week.
To a deep dive. So, did you have a difficult time coming up with your 5 games?
So at first I did. And I thought about it for, I don't know, about 15 minutes. And then something occurred to me. I actually have a list on my phone of, of games that I wanted. I have a list, a games list of games that I've like wanted to play, and then I'm like, oh, stupid. So I just opened it up. I went, bing, bing, bing. You know what's funny though? I think almost none of these games are on here on that list, but they all triggered me to think of these games that are on this list.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
so basically you just added to the list.
I just added to the list. Yeah.
So there were 3 games that came to my mind for me very quick, like very fast. And then the other 2 I had to think for a little bit. But I'm at, this is a really good list. I like my list a lot. And do you have any honorable mentions before we get started? I'll start with mine.
Go ahead. I'll look up my.
So my honorable mention is because you brought up Mass Effect earlier. I've never played Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
That is a game that has been on my list too, that I have always wanted to try, and not just try, play and beat.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, just looking at my list. My
list.
gaming list. These are games that I haven't beaten. So a bunch of these were games I had played. So that's why I was like, oh, I can't use a bunch of these. But then it made me think of a bunch of cool games.
Gotcha.
No, I can't. I can't say that I have any like honorable mentions.
That's fair.
But you want me to lead off our list?
Yeah.
Like I got 3. Well, actually, 4 of these are series, and 1 is like a standalone game. So I guess I'll go with my standalone game. This is one. It's on my list.
I'm sorry. Can I ask you? Let me ask you one more question. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ken.
How I said earlier, there's one game that I think that we're both gonna have.
Okay.
Is there any games that you think we're both gonna have?
No, because I know. Nope, I don't think so. Because I'm pretty sure there's only one on. I think you've played all of these. Well, I think there's one on here you haven't played, and it's the one that's my standalone. I think the other ones you've played games on this list.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll lead it off.
Okay.
My one game, I actually have this on the Switch, and I haven't played it yet. Super Mario Galaxy.
Okay.
Is that on your list?
No.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Oh.
Super Mario Galaxy, it's on my list. That's a game I've wanted to play. I never. That was on Wii. We had a Wii, but for some reason we never got this game, and I don't know why.
Well,
it came out late in the Wii cycle.
I was getting confused in my head. Super Mario Odyssey for the Switch.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
nope.
But Galaxy. Yes.
Galaxy.
Yeah, and they had Galaxy 2 as well.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah. So I guess this would be a series. I haven't played 1 or 2.
Okay.
But I've wanted to, and I have it as part of the 3D All Stars pack. So it might be next.
What about this particular Mario game has interested you? When did you first see it?
When it came out for the Wii.
I'm just trying to facilitate here. Keep it going.
I mean, I've played every Mario game leading up to it. Literally, I think Galaxy 1 and 2 and Odyssey are the only 2 or only 3 I've never played. So, I probably would have put Odyssey, but I'm kind of a in order kind of guy. Not that they really have any connection to each other, but if I'm gonna play, plus I have it on the Switch, so yeah, that's about it. But I mean, I've heard great things about it, obviously, over the years. It's a Mario game. What can I say about it that hasn't already been said? Mario in space.
There you go.
Yeehaw.
Cool. All right.
Anyways,
good one.
I do think it's interesting that the not basis for the game, but technologically, this is a game they tried to introduce on the 64. And the idea for it stemmed from the demo that came out for the N64. Because it showed Mario walking around like on a sphere to show the 3D effect.
Right.
And then that eventually came up with the idea for the different planets for Mario Galaxy.
Now, this didn't come out for the GameCube?
No, that was Sunshine.
Right. But Sunshine and Galaxy weren't on the GameCube. It's just Sunshine was on the GameCube.
Just Sunshine. Because that came out, I think it was because it led off with Luigi. So Galaxy Sunshine was like a year or two into the GameCube.
Okay, right. Luigi's Mansion was a launch title.
Yeah, and then Galaxy came out for the Wii, and then the second one came out for the Wii as well.
That's right. Okay.
We.
Oh, oui, monsieur. All
right, Ken.
Monsieur. I'm not
What do
French. I am French, but I don't speak French. Go on. What?
What do you got?
My turn? Yeah, we got.
Jeez.
So this is kind of a funny one
Oh, is it
because
now?
we rag on. Sometimes we rag on strategy games, but I am a Fire Emblem fan. So I do like Fire Emblem and RPG strategies, but there is one RPG strategic game that is extremely popular and is touted as one of the best RPGs of all time, let alone one of the best strategy games of all time. I have never played it, but Taylor, do you have any guess what it is?
Nope.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh.
Very, very popular game. I have never played it, and reviews on it are very high. It launched on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation, and then they
That
also
far back?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep. And then they did I know they have a Final Fantasy Tactics for the Game Boy Advanced. I'm not sure if that was a true port of it, or if it's, just its own version for the Game Boy Advance. So that I'm not sure. This is one I have heard for a long time that many people would love to see a Final Fantasy Tactics, port to the Switch, or just like a remaster for the Switch. So if for whatever reason, hey, if they want to do a 2.5 HD remaster to the Switch, whatever they do, if they ever bring Final Fantasy Tactics over to the Switch, you can bet I am going to buy it and play it. This is what I've wanted to play for a long time.
They don't have available for like download or anything?
They probably, I think for the PC they may, but
no, but I mean like on the Switch you can't buy it as a download.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Don't think so.
Okay.
So
good choice.
That's my and this was one of the three games that came to my mind right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
All right. I'm pretty sure these other four on my list, I know two of them he's definitely played. Anyway, so this next one's a series. I haven't played any of the games in this series. You've played a handful of them and you rave about them. Dragon Warrior.
Oh,
any one of them. I downloaded 1 and 2 on the Switch, and I'm waiting. You had said you think there's a remake coming for 3, so I'd waited for that one.
There's a 2.5 HD remake, coming for 3.
And then 8, is that the one that you said you love?
Yeah, that came out for the PS2. Then they came out with it. They re-released it on the 3DS.
Yeah.
And then 11 is the
newest one.
The newest one. I played that for the PlayStation 4, but they have it. They have a version for the Switch.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that game. I have played through, beat 100%. Love that game.
Wow. Market. It's. The whole. Like I said, big fan of Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger and a lot of RPGs. So I'm like, it's been on my list for a long time, but never played any of them. So I will jump into them here at some point.
Yeah, my recommendation to you is to either start off on 8 or 11.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm telling you what to do.
All right, what's next on your list?
Next one I have on my list is Shadow of the Colossus.
What is that for?
This game. Yeah. Okay. You see, you've heard of it.
Yeah.
So again, this game came out for the PlayStation 2. Was a, I want to say it was a smash success in the sense of the ratings. Well, that's the I don't know how the sales were. But I know like the ratings and the reviews score were very high for it. It's a very loved game, and they did come out with a complete like remake and remaster of the game for the PlayStation 4, I believe. This is a game that I have seen for years and years and years, have never played it, but have always wanted to, just because of all the hype that was around it. Looks like a awesome game. I mean, I think it has RPG elements to it. I don't necessarily know if it is a RPG, but
like true RPG,
right? But you're essentially, it looks like you're just this kind of warrior guy, I guess, and shit, the Colossus are these giant enemies,
Colossal enemies.
yeah, that you need to fight and take down and stuff. And apparently, there's a really good storyline to it, and just the scope and scale of the game is supposedly really good. So that's a game that I've never touched, never played, but always seen. I've always wanted to play it.
I like it. Next game on my list. This is one I don't know if you've played before. Also a PlayStation game, Crash Bandicoot.
I have played Crash Bandicoot.
Have you beaten Crash Bandicoot?
No.
Okay. I've never played any of the Crash Bandicoot games. But obviously, heard they're halfway decent. So I would like to play it at some point. Any of them. I haven't played any of them in the series, because we never owned a PlayStation because we were a Nintendo family.
I mean, eventually I owned a PlayStation, but
we were a Nintendo family.
But during the time of PlayStation. So
Yeah.
it's actually kind of funny you bring up Crash Bandicoot because your favorite sister-in-law, my wife, loves Crash Bandicoot.
This is what made me think of it on my list, just because we were talking about it last time I was with you guys.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
Are you aware that we own the Crash Bandicoot remaster collection?
For
The Switch?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have the physical copy of it?
Yep.
Can I borrow it sometime?
Sure. Yeah, I bought it for M. I don't know, 3.5, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So she loved playing Crash Bandicoot when she was a kid. So I thought, what the hell?
Better battery life on your Switch.
Yeah, something about that battery life, man.
Uh,
So interesting. I never would have guessed that you'd have had Crash Bandicoot. You said you really want to play Crash Bandicoot.
Hey, I had to come up with 5. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. What's number 3 on your list?
So again, Shadow of the Colossus. That was the second game that came right to mind. This third one. This is another one game came straight to my mind, and is a game I figured would also be on your list because I know that you've never played this game either. This game is a part of a series. BioShock.
Not on my list.
Are you serious?
That's a good one though, because I remember when it came out, there was so much hype about this game.
Yes,
because
you introduced me to this game.
I did. What was I was playing something right before it came out, and I was like, "Oh, this looks." It was like when Crisis was coming out, and they had like I feel like there was like this big leap in technology on computers, like around the time Crisis and BioShock was coming out, and I can't remember. There was a game we were playing, and what else did they make? It was something by the same developers, I thought.
Oh man,
it was when I was big into like Call of Duty and Medal of Honor. Maybe that's what it was I was thinking of. And then BioShock was announced, and there was a ton of hype around it.
I should know what game studio did BioShock. Oh, 2K. Yeah, I guess it was just made by 2K.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that'd be up there, alley.
But yeah, so anyway, and Take Two.
Oh, Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah, published it.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
But yeah, so let's see. I'm curious now. Oh, I didn't realize that it came out for the Nintendo Switch. That's pretty cool. It's on the Switch. So yeah, so this came out back in 2007, August 21st, 2007. So yeah, so like I said, I first heard about this game from you, and I remember you being so hyped about it. And there was, I want to say, I mean, it was like a 10-minute long gameplay trailer.
Yeah, they had a huge trailer for it.
Yeah, like a gameplay overview trailer. And I remember, I think you had already watched it, but then you pulled it up and we watched it together. And I just remember thinking like you said, it was like a big leap, almost like Mass Effect, just in like, not necessarily the scope, but just what you could do in the game, just the world, everything that the game was building, the world building of the game. Mm-hmm. I just remember being so hyped for it, and to this day, no pun intended, a little shocked that I have never played it.
Yeah, and same here. Like I said, because there was so much hype about it. I'm almost certain it was like right around the same time they had the trailer for Crisis was coming out, and that's when I was like, oh, look at this BioShock. It looks just the graphics at the time, I think were like far ahead of most other stuff that was out there. And like the story and everything involved with it was just very well. It was like playing a movie type of thing.
Yeah, and I remember the other thing. I liked also the fact that it was a first-person shooter, but had RPG elements
Yeah.
within it. Yeah, so that yeah. See, I thought for sure this would be on your list,
No, I forgot all about that.
but of course
That's a good call.
now they have BioShock, BioShock 2. I know there's BioShock Infinite, but there might be a BioShock 3 and then BioShock Infinite. So I know that there's been a whole line since then. So
It's a lot.
that is a lot. But yeah, I would love to play through this.
All right, number 4 on my list. This is one also I don't know if you've played any of the games on it. I think you have. This is another series that it's one of the best-selling series of all time. I think it's probably in the top 3. Grand
Tetris.
Theft Auto. No, yeah, Tetris, you goober. Grand Theft Auto.
You've never played a single.
I've never
Grand
played a
Theft Auto?
single Grand Theft Auto. Again, because a lot of times they were all on like PlayStation.
Yeah.
I mean, I love PlayStation, but yeah. Like I said, I never played any of them. So much talked about with all the different ones that are out there. I'd love to get my hands on some of them at some point.
Yeah. I've played them. They're just I don't know. Well, see, it's funny because you've played through and beat Red Dead Redemption,
Mhm.
and that send me an email, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe like Red Dead Redemption used the same engine as Grand Theft Auto 4.
Probably because 5 is the one that came out eons ago. Now it's been out forever.
Yeah, they just keep re-releasing it. It's
yeah.
like this. It's just Skyrim.
Yeah.
Just on your phone, on your laptop, on your
All right.
car DVD player.
What's number 4 on your list?
Number 4 on my
Number
list
4.
is a game that you and I have talked about. I don't think on this show, but in person. And you're like, yeah, I don't remember that game at all. And I'm like, you're the one who told me about this game. You're like, I don't think that ever happened. I'm like,
BioShock?
No.
Okay.
Dark Cloud. And they have Dark Cloud 1 and Dark Cloud 2.
I never remember having this conversation.
This
I've
is
never
a-
even heard of Dark Cloud.
Yes, you have. This is a core memory from my childhood. You were telling me again, hyped up this game, the Dark Cloud. You can like build like a town and a city, and then you go into like dungeons and fight monsters, and you upgrade your stuff, and then you come back, and so it's almost like
I gotta look this up now.
like a town stimulate, like a Sim City type esque, and then you can go in and like RPG, like dungeon dive, upgrade your weapons, upgrade your armor and gear and stuff. Like I said, they have Dark Cloud 1 and 2.
For the PlayStation 2.
Yes. You read something about this game when we were kids, and you were so hyped about it and told me about it, got me hyped about it.
Kind of reminds me of like Fable from just seeing the images
Yeah,
that I saw
maybe.
briefly. Although I've never heard of it otherwise. Yeah, this game.
I can't believe you. Dark Cloud.
Dark Cloud.
Would
Check it
love to play this game.
All right.
It's a
Number
hidden gem.
5. Hidden Gem. Number 5 on my list. This is a game Ken has been talking about for a while, and I finally am going to cave and put it on my list.
Don't you say it.
Ken, what's one of your favorite games of all time?
Monster Hunter?
You would be incorrect, sir. I'm going with Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, good for you. I'm so excited for you to play Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. I've never played any of them, but it's a game it's near and dear to your heart.
You sure you want to go with that one?
Yeah, I couldn't put Monster Hunter on the list. Out of principle, I couldn't put Monster Hunter on my list.
The show is over.
We used to be brothers.
We're done.
Peace out.
No.
Are you using
Kingdom
that pillow?
Hearts
You're
is
going to
like-
smother yourself to death?
Yeah, for my back, man.
Jeez.
Monster Hunter. Kingdom Hearts. That's good. Do you know how you're gonna play it? Like,
No. I'm assuming on a console of some kind. Anyways, yeah, nice
That's
to have
good.
it on the Switch.
Well, they do.
They do?
Yeah, but you gotta play it from the cloud or something.
No, I'll find
Remember?
the cloud.
Go back and listen to the We're Brothers podcast.
Oh, that's right. We talked about
They
the
talk
cloud.
about it in an episode. Send them an
Oh,
email.
Those guys are great.
Yeah, real good. On top of it all the time.
Mhm. Except for that Dark Cloud and Kingdom Cloud and Heart Cloud.
Kingdom Cloud.
Anyways,
Anywho, well, that's a good game. You should play through that. Actually, it's funny. I should have had Kingdom Hearts
3 on my list.
because
There you
I've
go.
only played through 1 and 2.
Anywho.
Another honorable mention. Kingdom
There you go.
Hearts 3.
all right. What's number 5 on your list?
Last one on my list, I have Nier Automata. It's another action RPG.
Huge following, got great reviews. Have loved the style, the look of it. Looks awesome. I have always wanted to play it. It was for the PlayStation 4. Pretty sure I can play it on the PS5 as well. I don't know if they did like a a PS5 upgrade or anything for it, but another game that big awesome boss battles, good storyline, great combat. So another game always have liked the look of.
Yeah, we mentioned this one last week, was it? On last week's episode?
Yeah,
I think it was.
think so.
Nice. All right. Good choice.
So, will I ever get to these games? I don't know, but hopefully.
Only time will tell.
That's right.
Alrighty. Anything else to add? That's our deep dive.
Yeah.
What are 5 games or any game or a game or half a game that you've played
That's true.
that you haven't played that you wish you could have played?
Leave a comment down below
Comment.
because you can do that now.
I will mail $5 to the first person who leaves us a comment.
He won't.
Just- I might. You don't know.
This podcast will not be held responsible for any money not mailed to anyone who leaves a comment.
Your microphone sounds all funny again.
The We're Brothers podcast will not be held accountable.
For any money not sent to any listener.
All right. Sounds good.
But that was a good week.
That was.
That was a good deep dive. You can come back.
Back and say that you've played Super Mario Galaxy because you own that. You own that game.
I do. Oh, it's true. It's true.
That was nice.
That was Kurt Angle.
Oh, Mr. America.
There you go. Can you believe he won a gold medal with a broken neck?
Yeah. Oh, with a broken neck?
Yeah.
A gold medal?
Yeah, he broke his neck before the Olympics.
I think he's lying.
The X-rays say otherwise.
All right, fair enough.
Anyways,
Pretty amazing.
I don't know what's up with your microphone, but it sounds all jacked again.
Well, we're brothers.
We're
Till next time.
Until next time,
Same bro time.
same bro channel.
I thought it was same bro place.
No, that's what you screwed up last week.
Same bro time.
Same bro
Same
channel.
bro place. We're brothers.
We used to be brothers.